Good morning. You join me today in the Derbyshire Dales, where I'll be travelling on Peak Rail, which is a heritage railway running between Rowsley, never know which one to say, always get told off for saying it wrong, to Matlock. It's around 4 miles, starts off at Rowsley, runs through Darley-Dale, Matlock Riverside, and then Matlock itself, which is shared with the National Rail Network. So I've been on the railway before. It's not a bad little railway. 15 quid a day for today. It's called the Twin Peaks Running Day. There are 2 Class 44 locomotives running all day today. 4 round trips, top and tail and double headed, with the final one being a beer train. Rude not to. Why don't you come and have a look with me? So the Class 44 locomotive is also known as a peak, and that is because all 10 of the class were named after mountain ranges or fells, etc, etc. So peaks in effect. There were 10 of them made and they weren't that successful. There was a lot of teething troubles with them, as with any pioneer class. But out of the 10 that were made, 2 of them still exist, and they're currently located. One of them, D8, which is called Penny Ghent, is located and lives on the line at Peak Rail. The other one, D4, is called Great Gable, and that lives at the Midland Railway Centre, not too far away. And they were reunited a few weeks ago for a joint diesel event between Peak Rail and the Ecclesbourne Valley Railway, which unfortunately I was unable to attend. I was on holiday. However, I'm guessing just before D4 goes back to the Midland Railway Centre, they're making the most of it and they're having a running day with both of them today. So luckily I've been able to come and have at least a couple of runs behind them. As always, when I film these train things, I'm going to try and piece together virtually the whole length of the line, albeit on different runs. So I'll show you all the stations, but obviously the view from the carriage that I'm in will change during the day, as it'll be on a different run. Okay, so we are now departing Rowsley. You'll get bored before me. With 44004 or D4 as the heading loco and D8 as the tail loco. Next stop, Darley-Dale. Now approaching Church Lane. There's a crossing on Church Lane, And there's a nice pub called the Church Inn. I might take you for a beer there later if you're lucky. Nice little pub if you're in the area. Do a few nice real ales. Bar meals. So here's Church Lane Crossing now. And not far up here, we're just coming up to Darlydale station. It's quite a nice period station actually. We'll show you that later. See in the field over there, that is where I'm stopping today in the camper van. Stopped there many times. Nice little field that. And if I've got any luck, Heather and Poppy have made it, and they should be filming me coming in on another camera. Looks like there's a little steam engine waiting to come in this side once the gates are opened. Right, this is Matlock Riverside, which is just a run round station really. Luckily, being top and tailed, we haven't got to do that on the way back. But it's quite a rigmarole really, to be honest, when they do that later. But when they do a double-headed one, we'll see that. And now we're just running into Matlock, which is shared with the national network. So that side there is actually a live line. That's the terminus for Matlock, East Midlands Railway. And this side is shared with Peak Rail. We are now leaving Matlock, D8 Pennygent, in charge of proceedings. I think I'm going to get this one back to Darlydale and then get off at Darlydale. Just coming back into Matlock Riverside now. It's a very slow 5 mile an hour restriction through here. When we come back later, we'll do a run round here when the locos are double headed. Bit of 25 mile an hour running now. As I say, later on in the video, I'll do a bit of a wander along here and film some passing shots. On the approach to Darley-dale from Matlock, you can see there's a few shunters stored. Tend to be a lot of old industrial locos, these, rather than mainline ones. But I think they have got a class 14 knocking about from memory. Indeed, there it is. I'm just approaching Darley-dale now. I'm going to get off at this one. What's hilarious for me anyway is the amount of effort I put in for probably 3 of you to watch. Hello you 3. The amount of running I've done. I'm bloody 57 in a few weeks. In fact, next weekend I'm 57. Bloody hell. Where did that come from? Every time I look in the mirror there's an old bloke there. Anyway, yeah, the amount of effort I put in for nobody to watch. It's a good job I enjoy making these videos, isn't it? Well, it's a glorious day, so it's worth it. Right, my watch is telling me I've done 12,000 steps. It's because of all the pickup shots, you see. For 2 seconds of a train coming past, I'm walking miles. Let's go and have that pint I promised you earlier. Cheers. It is a lovely old station, obviously ex-LMS, London, Midland, Scottish, sadly unmanned and slightly run down, which is a shame, but you know, it's a very quiet railway unfortunately. Don't think they have enough volunteers, certainly not enough money, which is a shame. So I'm back at Darlydale now, waiting for the 15:05, which departs at 15:15, back down to Matlock. This one should be headed by D8 and tailed by D4. Yeah, I haven't done any of the double-headed stuff yet because I spent the last run picking up shots, you know, of them running by and stuff like that. The last train of the day is double-headed, which is the one with the bar on, so I'll be on that one. Well, an enjoyable day so far. There's about an hour's break now before the beer special at the end of the night. So I'm walking back to the van and quickly get changed. T-shirts minging. And then we'll get on the beer special from Darlydale and enjoy a cold beverage. Well, as you can see, T-shirt has been changed. I'm now back at Darlydale, waiting for the last train of the day, which is the beer special. Gonna go from Darlydale back to Darlydale. I won't be going to Rowsley again today, and we'll see how it goes, see what beers they've got on. I know it is only bottles unfortunately, but still tastes like beer apparently. also at Matlock for the final run, and this is where it gets a bit odd. They don't run round here. These two will stay on the back and they'll control it from a carriage at the end by radio. This end carriage has got a window in the very end of it, and they actually stand in there with a radio and guide the locos, pushing it back to Matlock Riverside. So as you can see, we have no loco up front.
Keep setting back then.
So there's the two locos at the back pushing. You may be able to see the driver just leaning out, and then there's the guy on the radio or the phone giving him instructions to ease off. And then when we get here, they'll do a normal run round and couple up to the front. So what's going to happen now, they will push us as far as they need to clear those points, and then they'll pull forward so they can come on the front of it. There we go. Now these will pull us forward back into the points and into platform, and then run round the other side and get on the front this end. You can see why I avoided this as much as I could today, and I have done the top and tail runs. And there you go, that's where they've been controlling the locos from to get us here. So because of the length of it, I'm not going to be able to film D4 coming past from the platform. So I'll come into the coach and we'll at least get it going past here. The reason why they haven't run them round together is because they obviously want to lead with D4 coming back, so they've had to split the locos as well. I haven't got a great angle from here, but I can't see that D4 will clear that. I think we may have to go a bit further down. Yes, confirmation of the guard there that we're not quite far enough down, so we're going to have to push it forward a bit. Let's hope it's not out of control, as the headboard suggests. Should be clear now. At least it gives me a chance to go and film it running round. I was just saying to the guard, it's actually done me a favour, because now I can watch this one run round as well. Although the sun couldn't be in a worse place. Here she comes. wonder why they call it Matlock Riverside. Any idea? It's the River Derwent, in case you didn't know. Smoking well. Just coming up to the part which we're just coming up to where I filmed it earlier, coming past me. Just about here. And there she goes. Right, that's me done on the Peak Rail Twin Peaks running day. Hope you've enjoyed that. I'll catch you on another one. Bye bye.